Welcome to WoodWing Scienta. In this guide, we'll walk you through managing the request for change task, a key feature for reviewing and processing proposed updates to articles. By learning how to handle these requests effectively, you'll ensure content remains accurate while fostering smooth collaboration. With change requests, everyone in Scienta can contribute to keeping content up to date without the need to grant unnecessary editing rights. Let me show you how it works. Through the portal, any user can submit a request for change. At the top, you'll find the button Create Request for Change. For example, if the office hours have changed, this article should be updated. Optionally, add a comment for the administrator. The administrator will now receive a task to process the request for change. To process the request for change, you can also find it in the Admin section under Articles, Request for Change. This will show the overview page for managing all change requests. Each row includes details such as the title of the article, the location of the article, and the article's author. In the Own Changes column, a green check mark means the request was created inside the environment by a user who submitted the request for change, while a red cross means the request came from a content partner when an update to an existing article generated a new change request. To process a change request, select one from the list. The article will then open in two versions. On the left, you'll see the current published version, and on the right, the version that includes the suggested edits. In this right-hand view, changes are highlighted in green for additions and red for removals. With both versions displayed side by side, it's easy to compare and review the differences. For more details about the task, click the View Task Details button to see additional information about the request. To apply a suggested change, click the Implement Changes button at the top. The edits from the right-hand version will be applied to the published version on the left. As an administrator, you can still make additional adjustments to the article, for example, to ensure the style is consistent with the rest of the content. Once the changes have been applied, the status of the request will automatically update to fully implemented. You can then save the article and close the editor. If you don't want to apply the change in full, you can manually select a different status. The available options are fully implemented, partially implemented, and not implemented. The submitter of the request will be notified of the status update. If you reject the request fully or partially, we recommend leaving a comment in the comment section to provide feedback to the submitter. When choosing partially implemented, you need to copy the parts you want to apply and paste them into the left-hand version manually. If you want to ask the submitter to further refine or adjust the proposal, select Send the request for change back to author. The submitter will then receive a new task with a request to update their proposal. Once you are done processing the change request, close the editor by clicking the Close Editor button in the top right corner. Once the task is processed, it will no longer appear on the overview page in the Requests for Change section. The user who created the request for change will also get an email letting them know the request has been completed. This ensures that everyone stays informed about the task's progress. Requests for change in WoodWing Scienta help maintain high-quality content while encouraging collaboration across the team. Thank you for watching.